she was doing a video with one of the news outlets and said, like, yeah, there's people out in my yard, my kids and my family and my husband and dog are here in the house. We're fine, along with some state police officers in the garage, So she's got the protection. But still, it must be kind of scary for her kids to see AK-47s outside their house.
I wonder how many people, like, if her kids play sports, are going to change their jersey to Shitmer. That's a practical joke.
That was good. I like that.
I did notice that I watched her press conference on Friday, and she is definitely donning more makeup.
You think so?
Oh, yes. In fact, there was even one point in time, I really wished I could have gone back and recorded it. There was a total hair flip. I mean, I could really hear the theme to Charlie's Angels as she slowly did the hair flip. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, she's getting cranky about it all. Like, there was one guy asked a question, and he's like, do you have a plan to reopen the automobile industry, or do you have a comment about the UAW's message about opening the auto industry? And she just looked at him and she said, no. It was just like a one-word answer, and then she's like, no, I don't.
Go to your room.
Go to your room.
Right.
Go to your room.
We haven't quite got over the ultimate stepmom here in Michigan, but
yep.
Yeah. So
we're having liver and onions tonight, and God damn it, you're going to eat it.
You're going to eat it because that's all we're making.
That's right. I saw. I've got it. Well, I'm going to use the term loosely because I may have ditched one or two of them. Facebook friends that have been we're losing their mind about this no boating and no golfing thing.
Have they went boating or golfing this week?
Yes, they've gone golfing, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, that was your biggest concern. I don't know if you realize it, but Jimmy's grandmother is struggling for her life on a ventilator, and you're worried about being able to tee off in 37-degree weather.
Right.
It just is ridiculous. If you want to talk about, a coffee shop that should be able to open up, or even the home and garden landscaping, yes. Golfing? What?
It really was a bizarre stance, but somehow, I guess that's where it gives you mixed messages, because somehow the golf course owners or the golfing community got together and threw enough stink about it that now that's back and reopened. So it's like a catch-22 type situation. Like, do we go ahead and say, all right, I want to be open and I'm going to make a stink about it because it worked for the golf, or I don't know. I think it's going to cause more industries to
it kind of pisses me off that you can go golf while you can't come onto a car lot. You can be very safe.
Right.
The steps that you can take in to sell in a car, you can, but you can go golf. You can't have a golf cart. That's when my dad's like, I ain't going golfing without no damn golf cart. Well, he's almost 80, but
right. And people go golfing to escape their family. So the person that you're sitting shoulder to shoulder with inside that golf cart is not family. They're not from your same home.
Mm-hmm.
But it all comes back to is how are they gonna enforce this?
Right.
They have no way to enforce any of it. So we go back to that concept of certified safe businesses. If you're a golf course, you have to show the plan to your customers. You have to have a plan in place to keep your customers safe. If they use the cart, if they don't use the cart, how easy would it be to put one person per cart? Right.
Right. And just give a little bit of better deal just to go through the, half off a cart just to get through the pandemic.
There's no way they're going to do that. If you're able to you're only going to be able to put half the number of people on the golf course because you're doing one cart. So they're still going to, if not double the fees. I mean, hey, if people are jacking up toilet paper for the ones that can't even afford toilet paper, the people that can afford golf are going to be able to afford getting jacked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
I don't know. It seems like to me right now, the concept is that they have to put some sort of restriction on it. You know what I mean? Like, golf courses can open, but you can't use the number 7 putter.
There's a number 7 putter?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
7-iron?
When I come
in, there is for me. There's a number 7 putter because I throw my putters. So by the time I get to hole number 16, I need my 7th putter.
There you go.
Right. So golf courses, we can open golf courses now. And then the other thing that was kind of weird is the planting, like nurseries. Like, it was fucking snowing last week. What are you going to plant?
Yeah.
That was kind of a weird concept, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. people that are bitching about taking away rights that aren't rights that you want to exercise anyway. What?
Right.
It's weird.
But... Like the fishing thing. I get some guys that would have been a time killer. I'll go do some fishing.
Yeah.
But then I didn't see no pictures. Opening day of walleye was Saturday, I think. I didn't see no
pictures of people posting their big walleyes.
Nope. A couple of people bass fishing, but other than that,
well, I think in general people are just concerned about, getting their freedoms taken away. So
that's what somebody did a video on. A friend did a video. Lives on the call on their boat. People are just like, it was like the minute she said boating is okay, people just started running out to their boats, fired them up, and it was like almost like a parade. We're free.
Really?
Like they're fucking hostages or something. Huh. It's funny.
The other thing,
and I would let them fish if they want to fish the Saginaw River. I would let them, because if they're going to eat the fish coming out of there, you can just count that as another COVID virus.
Yeah, no shit.
Yep. That's just, you're eliminating yourself. Thank you.
The other thing that we're talking about right now is Sean and I watched some videos the other day about Zoom meetings gone bad. And, and a couple of them were good. And I told the story about the friend of mine who left his microphone unmuted and said that this meeting was about as much fun as shutting his cock in a car door.
That's
right. So the story came up over the weekend. A planning commissioner of Vallejo, California, has resigned after throwing his cat and apparently drinking a beer during a Zoom meeting.
Whoops.
It's Vallejo. Just Vallejo.
Okay, I'm not from there.
Vallejo.
That's probably what people say about like Tittabawassee and other areas. They're like
Tittabawassee.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead. You just lost me. What did he do with this cat?
Officials from Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw.
How do you say it?
Saginaw.
Vallejo.
Vallejo.
A planning commissioner of Vallejo, California, has resigned after throwing his pet cat and apparently drinking a beer during a Zoom meeting between city officials that was made public during the April 12th teleconference of the city's planning commission. Chris Platzer announced, "I'd like to introduce my cat," and then picked up his cat and suddenly tossed the animal off the screen.
Yeah, but they land on their feet.
And then Platzer was seen sipping from a green bottle during the meeting. After the conference ended, you could hear him making derogatory remarks, saying, "I'm going to call bullshit on you little bastards," according to the original commission meeting released by the North California city of Vallejo.
Vallejo?
How did I say at the begining?
Vallejo.
Yeah.
Vallejo. Platt throws his cat while drinking a Labatt. Are we doing Dr. Seuss now?
Do you want to put that to a little nursery music? Platt throws his cat while drinking a Labatt.
Platt throws his cat while drinking a Labatt.
I don't really know how big of a deal that was. The headline kind of got me, but it sounds to me like he just kind of tossed it off the screen, like he was holding it and he like threw it over on the bed or something.
It's not a big deal.
I told you that I get all my news from BBC because I feel it like that's the most unbiased. And what's cool, I don't know if you've gone on the site or have the app, but what's kind of cool is that they do an article and then they will list really to where it's from as far as what it affects, where it's world overall, or it's China, or it's Indonesia, or U.S. And I can say that the U.S. ones have dropped considerably over the past week or so. So I don't know if Trump is doing anything. But here's one that I read yesterday, and you got to realize that they're just looking at the U.S. from a distance. All right, so they said coronavirus, the U.S. resistance to a continued lockdown, and it shows all these people protesting. And then the subheadline is, "In these times, the sight of a public gathering of hundreds of people, mostly without face masks, is alarming in the United States." It's the rest of the world going, "What the fuck is wrong with these people?"
Yeah.
I mean, do you see any of these protests that are happening in Italy or in China? Well, China, you can't find the guy that causes the protest, but that doesn't make a difference. But
there's a lot of protests now that have come after Michigan did their protest. There's one in Virginia. There's been one in a couple other states. So it's hang on a second. Hold on one second. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. So the conversation that we were talking about before with the boats and then the golfing, we can now golf on public courses, but we can't use a cart. So you can walk the course.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, I didn't read that through.
Is that a big deal?
I don't think it's a big deal, but somebody like my dad, it's a big deal to not have a cart.
Because he's old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you that's going to cut down the number of people that are going to go golfing as it is. Not only that, but it hasn't been dry here. And I can tell you that those greens are not dry. And so you're sloshing through swamp. And you're playing. It's so, good for you. I'm really glad that you think that it's fun to be out there for 6 hours now since you don't have a cart. And you're out there in your waders. And you're smacking a little ball. 36-degree weather. You are an amazing American. I hope you got everything that you wanted. And I hope that the Trump hat is keeping your face shielded from the sun.
No, you can't say that.
You know what? I can't. So here's the deal. And here's why I say that. Because it sounds like it's a political statement, but it's really not.
It really was.
I know. I challenge you to look at any of these photos, and I mean any of them. You can spend hours looking for these photos of these protests and find me one picture that doesn't have people wearing a Trump hat or waving Trump flags.
Right, and that's super unfortunate that's how that went down because, I mean, but yeah. I mean, it was a political rally. That
really is an observation, but there is, and even this BBC was making a comment of saying that this has become less a thing about your civil rights and more about the political campaign as well. That's part of the reason they say he's encouraging these. But because they're almost like mini rallies.
The problem is that there's other states like Cuomo and New York and even fucking California for that matter,
right?
Who have Democratic governors in their states who are getting along well with the current administration and they're getting stuff done. And the current administration is saying, "I'm having incredible luck working with New York and California and that kind of stuff." Our governor has caused this to be also political. Mm-hmm. There's no way around it.
Right. No. But I'm just saying, even in California or any of the states that are pro-Trump or that he has the people that he's working with, the people that are there are still kind of gathering as though it is like it's a rally, like it's a political rally that you can't have right now. So they're like little stage things. They're not so much about your right to whether or not you get vanilla or chocolate or the swirl at McDonald's.
I don't know when that happened because even when the first quarantine protest was going to take place, it was just supposed to be in your car. They were just going to flood Lansing and
sit in their car
and show their beliefs against the extra rules on our stay safe, stay home order. But it did turn
it went
political.
Yeah, it got
somehow.
crazy. There's people everywhere.
But I don't think that only Trump hat people are on golf courses right now. I don't think that was political.
I know.
Did you see the post? Man, y'all should thank Trump for that new 75-inch TV he just sent you the money for so you can watch him win his 2020 election. I'm like, that's kind of funny.
That is kind of funny, yeah.
And to be honest with you, I think the stimulus check was okay, but what a shitty rollout on that system. There's so many people. I think they said something like 80 million people received the first round, and now they're talking about a second one. Well, you don't even have a third of the country paid on the first one yet.
Yeah, I didn't get mine.
Right. That's like talking about leasing another car after you just signed the paperwork on your first one.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll be sleeping on my back for the rest of this week because I checked my bank account, and both of us got our unemployment checks deposited, and I just filed those things on Friday.
What are you going to post about on Facebook now that you got the unemployment situation figured out?
I don't know, because people I got to take down my GoFundMe page.
I'm going to have to start bitching about the thermostat or something. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I'm running out of damn shirts to put on.
No, that's not going to happen. Are you
going to run out of shirts? You'll be fine with that, right?
No, if I run out of shirts before we return to work, there's going to be no country left to return to. Because we're talking going all the way into August pretty much if I run out of shirts.
Oh, yeah. That unemployment system, there's a whole other situation there. I saw a picture on the internet the other day, and it said Pornhub server, and there was like 60 different computers all with lighting on it. And then it said Michigan unemployment server. There's one like Chromebook in the middle of it.
It's a Commodore 64.
Oh, that's funny.
There's been a lot of people having troubles with the unemployment. So it's not not just you, John. It wasn't.
No, I know it's not. But I will tell you that as much as you can make fun of the